So the delay decided by the United States and by President Trump in attacking Iran, and the fact that he decided to suspend the possible American attack has a few reasons, and not only one. One of the reasons is basically that President Trump is really hating war. He doesn't understand war. He doesn't like war. He's a businessman. He believes in negotiations, but not in violence and not in war. That's the very basic of its meaning. But of course, there are also some reasons which are directly linked to the situation and to the war between to the yes to the war between Israel and Iran. The first one is that the United States and at least the president himself fear an escalation of the violence. They think that the US join join Israel against Iran. It could mean that it will escalate in attacks against the American interests in the Middle East and maybe elsewhere in the world, because the Iranian terrorist network are present everywhere in the world, including in Asia, South America, Africa, and so on. Another possibility is that if the Iranian regime is really cornered and has no other possibility, it could decide to block the Hormuz Strait, which will be a nightmare for the world economy, as 20% of the oil and a large part of the gas go through the Strait of Hormuz. So that's basically the reason. But in the same time, it doesn't say I will decide in 2 weeks. He said I will decide during the coming 2 weeks. That means that actually he could decide to strike today, tomorrow, this weekend, or next week, or not, of course. Once again, there is here a personal point, the fact that he hates the war and he prefers diplomacy and negotiation, as I already stated, but also the fact that the people around him, the advisors of Donald Trump, are extremely divided on those questions. Some of them think that this is the good occasion to finish with not only with the nuclear program of Iran, but also with the regime itself, which is a threat and which is an enemy of the United States for 46 years. But others say no, we can't. The motto of the electoral campaign was "Make America Great Again." So we have to concentrate on the American problems and not on the world problems. But of course, if you are the president of the United States, you cannot say I'm only concentrating of the problem of my country. You have to solve a lot of problems. So that explains, I think, that there are a lot of contradictions, even from day to day, even sometimes from hour to hour, in the meaning and the statement emerging from the White House and the Oval Office. But this has actually this has a strategic interest. It maintains a strategic ambiguity. Actually, nobody knows what Donald Trump will decide, and maybe even himself doesn't know. As he said curiously a day ago, I will decide about Iran 1 second before deciding, which is a strange formula, but entertaining this strategic ambiguity.